Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm happy to be here.
My name is Sarah. I'll
Hi,
be
Sarah.
leading the nutrition counseling session today. Um, so what brought you in to see me today?
Well, I saw my doctor last week, and I think we're both concerned about my weight. And I've had quite a tricky journey with weight loss and gaining weight and all that throughout my life. And I'd like to I'm in the expansion phase of my journey, and I'd like to go back to, the compression, whatever the word is. I'd like to lose some weight. I feel more tired, and I feel I have less energy, and I've got stuff to do. So I want to be healthy to do these things. And I need help. I'm kind of very tired of the ups and downs. Like,
Yeah.
I'd like to be able to maintain a healthy weight.
Okay.
Am I too old for this?
Absolutely
Is
not.
it possible?
No, it's never too late to start. And
Thank
throughout
you.
these
I hope so.
sessions, we're just going to make small lifestyle changes so that they don't seem too unrealistic or unreasonable to keep going with.
Okay.
Um, well, what does a typical day of eating look like for you? Let's start with that.
Okay. Well, these days, what I have for breakfast is like I wake up and I drink my water, my two cups of water, and then I make myself 2 cups of celery juice, and then I drink a fruit smoothie,
Okay.
and that's over, and that takes an hour and a half. This
Okay.
whole routine, and so in my fruit smoothie, do you need to know like what I'm putting in it?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
would be great.
Okay. So I put 2 bananas, 2 tablespoons of powdered dragon fruit,
Okay.
and 2 cups of blueberries.
All right. And then, do you have that every morning? Is it pretty much the same thing every morning?
These days, I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
Okay.
Like I don't how far back do you want me
Mm,
to say?
No, we don't have to go
I would say for the last month,
for yeah,
even.
that's perfect. Yeah. All right. And then, any drinks other than water or just water in the morning usually?
Well, water, the juice, and the smoothie, and then I have coffee too
Okay.
with almond milk.
So you have water, celery juice smoothie, and okay, perfect.
Almond milk and some honey cinnamon.
Okay. And then usually just 1 cup of coffee?
Yes.
Mhm.
Sometimes one more decaf in the afternoon.
Okay. Alright, and then for lunch?
For lunch, I have um, 1 egg, some crackers, 2 slices of cheese, and tomatoes.
Okay.
That's pretty much my lunch.
Alright, and you usually count those out, um, regularly? Like, you have, 1 egg, 2 slices of cheese, and then
Yeah, in the
the next.
last month. Yeah.
Okay. Alright, and then, for dinner, what does a typical dinner look like?
So typical dinner, I have like chicken maybe 1 or 2 times a week. And then I have like vegetables and some type of either rice or potatoes in different forms.
Mhm.
And if I don't eat chicken, I do like a lo mein with tofu and veggies,
Okay.
and or it can have like a lentil dal, which which is lentils with coconut milk and some vegetables
Okay.
and what else? Yeah, and then I had the other night I had like chickpeas tacos
Mm,
with cabbage slaw. It was so good.
that sounds good.
And I mostly eat that in a bowl, but yeah, with
Yeah.
rice, green rice.
Do you usually measure out what you have, or you just have a small bowl of it, or a bigger bowl? How much soup
For
or lo
dinner.
mein do you tend to have?
How
Yeah.
much? A bowl.
Just
Oh,
one?
my connection isn't stable. Yeah. I'm gonna
Still hear
move
me?
just the room because the connection.
Well,
I
you're
hear you.
good
Yeah.
on my side. Oh,
Am I okay?
you were. Yeah, you're good when you're leaning back like that.
Well, I'll go in the living room. It's
Yeah.
okay. It's life with Zoom.
Yeah, true. Gotta roll with the punches.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, so and then and when I make the doll, it's a bowl as well.
Okay.
I would say between, 1 serving and 1.5 serving.
Okay.
Sometimes it's so good I have to have a little extra.
Yeah. I don't blame you. It sounds good.
I like food. Yeah.
And then we can wait until you're settled. Um,
Yeah.
how many snacks do you tend to have
Okay.
and what kind?
Um, my snacks are mostly like nuts, like a mixed nuts
Mhm.
with cashews and almond and then I would say maybe a couple of times throughout the day. Sometimes I have like nachos,
Okay.
or sometimes I have like more crackers and cheese. Really like crackers and cheese.
Mhm. And then, so your three snacks are mainly like nuts and then nachos and crackers and cheese, you would say?
Yeah, sometimes a fruit. Yeah, I've been eating more fruit recently.
Yeah.
Um, oh, and also, well, at lunch, I said I'm eating crackers, but sometimes it's 2 pieces of bread,
Mhm.
and sometimes it's some potatoes. So I don't, yeah,
Okay.
I alternate
Yeah.
whatever I have.
Good. Yeah, that's good. So based on your food recall, how does your energy, how is your energy level throughout the day? Do you feel like,
Um, I feel well, my morning is a little bit, you know, I have a slow morning.
okay,
Slow morning. And but then I feel ready like around 10, 11. Like I feel ready to get going. And I can get in the groove around, I would say 3. I have a little down in my energy level.
Mhm.
Around 3, 4, like around this time.
Okay. Yeah. Right, good to know. Good to know. So, next up, I'm going to calculate your nutrition requirements. So we're going to calculate your calories, your calorie needs, your carbs, and then your protein grams. Um,
Okay.
so, right. Are you comfortable sharing your weight and height for this?
Well, sure. I'm here for help. So,
All right. So let's start with, all right. Let's start with weight, or let's start with height.
height,
Mhm.
5'4".
Okay. Okay. And then weight,
215.
215. All right. And then female and age, 40
47 and a
and a half.
47.
All right. So here we've got plus five. Okay. All right. And then how much physical activity would you say that you usually engage in? Would you say that yeah, well, let's just leave it at that.
Yeah, I walk, I would say 5 to 7 times a week.
Okay.
At
Is
least
it
30
usually,
minutes a day.
is that something that, is it usually like a speed walk or just a leisure walk?
Well, it's in between.
Okay. All right.
I
And then,
can still talk.
and you said that's pretty much every day. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, for the rest of the time, would you say you're sedentary for most of the day?
Yeah.
At
Yeah.
a desk job usually, and
Yep. I try to dance for a half an hour a few days a week.
is that something that gets your heart rate up
Yeah.
quite a bit? Yeah.
More than the walk.
Yeah. Okay.
But the walk gives me more steps,
True.
according to my Fitbit.
Mm. Interesting.
hmm
Well, how long are they usually?
Oh, well, they're a little bit longer than when I dance. They're about 40 minutes,
Okay.
depending on which trails we do. 40, sometimes an hour.
Okay. And then how long, and it's usually a hike or just like a walk on the side of the street?
Well, yeah, it's a plane on
Yeah.
plane.
All right. Okay, so according to this, the amount of calories that you should need every day is 1,991. Um,
Okay.
and then
Yep.
and then I'll calculate the carbs real quick.
Okay.
So you need about 45 to 65% of your diet of your calories should be carbohydrates. So
Oh,
that's what I'm going to calculate for you. And I'm going to calculate the higher end of it. So I'm going to calculate the 65%. Um,
okay.
okay, so that puts us at 323.5 grams of carbohydrates. And then protein, I'm calculating 35% of your total calories from protein. So usually the recommended range is from 10 to 35%. So
Okay.
calculate the 35% one.
So then we're at 100.
So then we're at 174.2, 174 calorie or grams of protein.
Okay, but we're 100% of calorie, right?
So
65.
100% of your calories, 100% of your calories would be 1,991. And then
Mhm.
65% of that, 65% of
Oh,
that is going to be carbohydrates, and that is 323 grams. And then 35% of that is going to be protein, which is 174 grams.
how do you get to that number?
So what I did was I took the total amount of calories and then I did times 0.65 for the percentage
Mm-hmm.
of carbs. And then I divided that by 4 because for every gram of carbohydrates there's 4, or every carbohydrate is 4 calories, or every gram.
Oh,
Yeah, there's 4 grams of carbohydrate there's 4 calories in 1 gram of carbohydrate. There it
okay.
is.
Okay, so
I got
we,
there
okay,
eventually.
okay. Yeah, because I had in my mind calories, so then it was not working.
Yeah. Well, we convert those into grams. Yeah.
Got
So
it.
then in
Okay.
total, that's going to take up, however many of your calories.
Yeah.
Yeah, because then you just multiply these amounts of grams times 4,
Okay.
because that goes for both protein and carbohydrates. Every gram
Okay.
is 4 calories.
But in that calculation, there's no room for fat or no room for.
There's still room for fat. And like because there's a range, I just
Okay.
I just calculated for this is like the most amount of carbohydrates. I can calculate the lower amount. Would you like that too?
No, I was just, that's fine. What's the recommended fat percentage?
The recommended fat percentage is, let me go double check on that one. I had it up. I had it up. I just want to make sure that I'm not giving you the wrong numbers.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so fat is 20 to 35. Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm. So would you like to know that one
Yeah.
as well? Mhm.
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm going to calculate the 35. So then in that
Okay.
case, I'm going with the total number of calories, which is going to be 1,991. And then I'm multiplying that by 0.35 or the 35%. And then I'm dividing that by 9 because every gram of fat is 9 calories.
Okay.
So that puts us at 77 grams of fat.
Okay.
Mhm.
And what does it look like?
What do you
Like,
mean?
how much fat is like a tablespoon of olive oil? Like I
Um,
would need to look on the,
yeah, that's something I should. I'll look that up.
or like an avocado. Like it's nice to have a kind of an idea of what it looks like.
Yeah, that's something that would be more. That's something that. Let's see. Okay, avocado. Because we know like avocado, peanut butter, nuts, those are good sources of fat. An
Mhm.
avocado gives you about 21 grams of fat.
A whole avocado or
Yeah,
a
or
serving?
a cup of it.
A cup.
Mhm.
Oh wow, okay. Still, it's a good amount of avocado.
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Um,
Okay, it's good to know.
and then like peanut butter. Peanut butter gives you, with 2 tablespoons, it gives you about 16 grams.
Okay.
So these are just, small things you can add, and
Mhm.
77 grams is the top of it. So you don't have to make it all the way up there, but near there in the middle range.
Okay.
Yeah.
And can you remind me the protein?
Protein, do you want the grams or the percentage?
The grams.
Grams, 174.
Whoa, that's a lot. Okay.
Mhm.
I'm far from there.
Yeah. Well, um, I was looking at protein consumption and obesity, and consumption of higher amounts of protein during dietary treatment of obesity resulted in greater weight loss with lower amounts of protein. Oh,
Oh, what? Repeat that, please.
consumption of higher amounts of protein during dietary treatment of obesity resulted in greater weight loss than with lower amounts of protein.
Hmm. Well,
Oh,
yeah, I have an experience. I did a protein focused diet and I did lose a lot of weight. And it was easy for me, but I am afraid it did something to my body.
um,
Like, I don't know, maybe I'm making it up. But yes, okay, so protein is
been a while.
good. Yeah, it's been a while. It was in 2007. But that I was able to maintain it for many, many years.
Yeah. Well, during weight loss, and decreased caloric intake in general, a relatively increased protein content of the diet maintained a more fat-free mass, like muscle mass, um, and it increased calcium balance even, and it results in the preservation of bone mineral content. So
Hmm.
protein is a really important thing to keep in your diet, just to
Okay.
you know
Um,
for
okay.
more than just
Losing weight.
yeah, like it's a very important
Mhm.
macronutrient to include. So we want to make sure that we include a little bit more.
So my concern is I'm eating less and less meat, especially like I cut red meat and pork quite a bit. And so that leaves a lot of protein out.
Hmm.
So I'm just concerned. I don't know where to get
Yeah.
the proteins.
So
Because I don't eat those because they hurt. They hurt. I'm hurting. My stomach hurts.
how um how does it make you feel? Like how does it hurt? Is it
So, well, I feel like burning and it makes me cough. There's some kind of something happening in my body and there's an irritation and it makes me cough.
okay? Yeah. And that
So,
happens.
yeah.
And have you noticed a pattern of when this happens more? Is it's when you have more meat?
When I have certain food like meat, like as acidic food like tomatoes, um, when like bread, I also noticed that like gluten-free bread. I also noticed when I eat like highly fat food or sugary food, yeah, it does that too.
Okay.
So I cut a lot of those foods out and it does feel good, but I don't have enough protein. Like there are some things missing.
Hmm.
It's just not perfect.
Right. It's finicky. It's one of those hard things. Hmm.
Yeah.
Well, the main recommendation to either like to prevent potential risks of diabetes or of obesity, excuse
Hmm.
um it involves or includes eating a balanced diet, which includes, having the proper amounts of macronutrients and micronutrients. So I do think that maybe if you're interested, we could maybe start introducing a few more proteins and fat,
Hmm.
but we'll focus on one thing at a time.
Okay.
And I'll help brainstorm new vegetarian ideas of meats and or of proteins because they don't have to be meat. We can
Okay.
do more chickpeas, more beans. Um, I mean, you said you were eating the cold cuts
Hmm.
too. So
Oh
those,
yes, for lunch, yes.
yeah. Um, so that's good. Maybe you could add a couple more pieces in there instead of just two. Um, is
I
there
could I could add an egg too.
that too? Is
Okay.
there are there any what kind of goals or what kind of changes are you looking at? Are you comfortable with?
Um, I can see maybe I could find some kind of protein to eat in the morning, like to put in my smoothie.
Mhm.
Um, so add some protein there, and then like as far as calories, like do you know if I'm busting every day? Like,
I haven't put it in a
okay. I don't think I am. Um,
no. Um
no, I don't think I reach my minimum a lot of the days.
mm,
So I could eat a little bit more, but I need to be careful because I can't really eat after like 6
okay.
because it I can't sleep at night.
Okay.
So it would be maybe adding some kind of protein in the morning and maybe some kind of another protein snack in the afternoon.
And then maybe a couple more, just adding to the protein sources you already do have.
Right. Yes, like an egg and maybe a slice more.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I could do that. So maybe peanut butter in the smoothie. That would be nice, actually. And
Peanut butter with the smoothie.
oh, and in the afternoon I could do hummus with some veggies.
Oh yeah, good idea. And that'll give you a little bit of a protein from the chickpeas there.
Mm-hmm.
Hummus and veggies for snack. All right. So, and then physical activity. Is there any goal that you want to set for that? Um,
Well, I think what I'd like to add is like more muscular, like strength training, I guess. Build more muscle mass. I lost a lot of muscle mass in the
well,
last few years.
and that's another thing that aligns well with the recommendations. They want at least 150 minutes of exercise pretty much every week, but um, two of those sessions, two of those days, should include strengthening.
Okay.
So that would, are you, do you know how many days
Yeah.
you want to do a week that you would want to?
Yeah, I would do too.
Two days. And then
And how long should the session be? Like,
they can be 30 minutes.
okay.
Yeah, 30 minutes. Two sessions, 30 minutes, and then you have three other sessions that are more.
Like cardio, like
Yeah.
aerobic. Okay.
Until you're ready for more, until you want to, add more.
Yeah.
Um, do you know what kind
Yeah.
of exercise you'd like to do?
Well, I have weights, so I just need to find ideas.
Yeah, there's a lot.
I
There's
go
a
ahead.
lot of you like videos on YouTube that maybe you could
Yeah.
look at. Yeah.
I'm also wondering if um like I started menopause, like the process. So I'm wondering if that has an effect on weight loss as well.
Mm.
Because I've been, I would say the last few months, I don't eat that much. I really decreased my calorie intake, and I don't really lose weight.
Mm.
So, but maybe it's the quality of the food, the calories. Maybe that's it. So it will be interesting to increase the protein and see what it does.
Yeah. Yeah. One change at a time. w-
Yes.
Work through it slowly.
Yeah.
See, see how you're
And
feeling.
consistently, right?
Yeah. Yes. It's all about small lifestyle changes, right?
Right.
You want to do what you're comfortable with and if whatever you want, this is
That's good.
your session. You get to choose.
Yeah.
Um,
And it sounds more like sustainable.
mhm.
It's not so drastic that I can't sustain it. It's
Yeah.
really like I could implement those change and keep them.
Yeah. Yeah. Good.
That sounds good.
Mhm. Um, so, well, we have a lot here. Do you do you want to narrow it down, or are you comfortable with adding a little bit of peanut butter in your smoothie and a protein snack in the afternoon, and then adding to the protein you already have. Does that sound
Yeah,
reasonable?
yes, it sounds very doable.
Yeah, good.
Yes,
And then
yes,
and then the exercise on this.
yes.
Mhm. Um, well, and then we'll be able to meet back up in 1 month
Okay.
to see your progress. Would you like to measure it more in the way you're feeling or in a physical way, like through weight?
Yeah, I'd like to measure it through weight.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah,
Measure.
that's the goal. And if I feel good, well, yay,
Yeah.
bonus.
Yeah. So we'll see in a month. Um,
Okay.
and is this something that you want to implement every day or just a couple times a week?
No, every day.
Every day? Okay.
Well, okay, let's be reasonable.
Mhm.
Let's say 5 days a week,
Okay.
because we all know that every day is.
It can sound overwhelming. It really can.
Yes, yes.
And if it's so natural that you can just do it 7 days, and more power to you.
Yes, exactly.
All right. Well, I think that pretty much wraps up the session.
Well, thank you so much. I'm excited.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.